Okay, you guys ready? All right. Guys, my name is Christian Flagg. I'm a part of the partner onboarding team here at Transak. For those of you that are unfamiliar, Transak is a fiat to crypto payment gateway. And what that means is from wherever you are in the world, for a growing list of countries, you can use your local fiat currency through our payment processor to buy your choice cryptocurrency. And we handle all of the local, all of the financial complexity involved in the traditional financial system. And yeah, so today I'm going to talk about this problem that the crypto community faces, how Transak solves that problem, and just some of the features you can expect in our roadmap in the coming months. So let's get started. So what's the problem? And the problem is this question of how do we make it as easy as possible for the global community to onboard into the next generation of the internet? And how do we do it in a way that prioritizes security and regulatory compliance in uncharted territory? And so the next natural question you might ask is, what's wrong with the current internet? And if you've been in crypto long enough, then you know how difficult, how much security matters and how much the user experience matters. For example, by show of hands, how many of you were in crypto during Mt. Gox? Okay, just a few of you guys. How about the DAO in 2016? Yep. Can anybody tell me, maybe just shout it out, the most recent breach? Yeah. All right, yeah. Yeah, well, so I'm not trying to call anybody out, but the point is just to underscore, like, security matters. And not only that, but for somebody that's not even involved in crypto, like, looking through the window, it's scary. And it's for all of these reasons. Prior to Transak, how did you onboard into crypto? You would go to an exchange, you would do your identity verification, you would upload your payment method, you would make your investment, and then only recently have some of the exchanges allowed you to create a wallet. Before that, you'd have to go to a third-party application, create your wallet, transfer your funds from the exchange to the wallet, and then from there, go to whatever dApp that you're trying to explore. And then even wallets alone, like there's custodial and non-custodial, hot and cold wallets. Is the wallet compatible with my end application that I want to go to? So, if you've been in it for a while, like, okay, this is starting to be a little bit more intuitive, but for somebody from the outside, like, this is overwhelming, and there's so much technical jargon, and it's for all these reasons that the dApps have about an 80% bounce rate. And so this is a big problem. Yeah, so what's the solution? And for us, the solution is to simplify. The question that Transak is trying to ask is, how do we make it as fast and efficient as possible to onboard people? And how do we do it in a way that's just as, if not even more cost effective than existing solutions? And so some of the ways that we're simplifying are Transak is a simple developer integration. So you can use just a few lines of code and plug this payment processor directly into your user experience wherever you think it's most appropriate. And whether you wanted to do a simple embed or an iframe for a single-click button, or if it's a browser-based or mobile, depending on what language you're writing in, Angular, Vue, React, or Java, or mobile React Native, iOS, and Android. We also have a white label API. So depending on the level of customization and aesthetic synchronicity that you want, you have absolute control. Yeah, and then also, you don't really think about it, but because we just take it for granted, but how many applications do you have connected to a Google login? And why do you do that? Because it's so easy to join a new website because the login is one of the hardest parts. And then also, Transak's kind of asking the question, where does our responsibility start and where does it stop in the developer journey? So for example, should we be offering auto-generated wallets? And easy KYC. So KYC is know your customer. It's how we prevent fraud detection. We verify your identity. And so for use cases like a play-to-earn game, for example, and you're doing microtransactions, you don't want to be in-game having to do KYC. That's really disruptive to the entire environment. And so is there a way for us to increase limits or lower the requirements there to skip certain screens? The questions that we're asking are like, how many clicks are involved in the entire process from start to finish? How long did it take the user? Yeah. So here's a quick overview of the flow. You might go to a dApp. You would sign up with your login. You would go and verify your email address. You would explore the application. You might figure out what the culture of the application is and just figure out what's possible. And at some point, you want to access some part of the utility of the application. And in order to do that, you need to use either a native cryptocurrency or the token for the protocol or the project. And that's where Transak comes in. You can just purchase natively without leaving the application and then go right back to exploring the application. So this is Transak. We're a fiat on-ramp. We have over 100 countries. We support all the major layer 1 and layer 2 blockchains. We have over 100 cryptocurrencies. We are, if not right now, in the coming weeks, we have reusable KYC. So if you've done KYC with us, then you have access to our entire network of dApps. In the coming months, we are expecting retail fiat off-ramp and corporate off-ramp. So raising limits and making it possible for individuals to off-ramp. And yeah. And so you can see the interface there, but there's a better representation, so I'm going to keep going. But so how do we do it? Transak has a little over a half a dozen departments, from product development, our engineering group, to legal and compliance, risk operations, quality assurance, sales and marketing, customer support. We have a proprietary risk engine that's combined with human support or human operations to execute fraud detection. And we're actually pretty proud to say we have less than a 0.05% fraud on our platform. And in addition to that, we have a liquidity engine. So we pull from all the major centralized exchanges in order to get the user the best rate. Yeah. So here's some of our major partners. You've probably heard Metamask, which is one of the most popular Ethereum. They were web-based, now they're mobile-based also. We just recently partnered with TerraStation for Luna, Trust Wallet, Meyer. In the gaming vertical, we have Zed Run, Decentraland, Splinterlands, and CryptoBlades, excuse me. And then in DeFi, Anchor Protocol for lending and borrowing, QuickSwap, a DEX, BP Finance, a yield optimizer, and Cake DeFi, a fintech mining, staking, and borrowing platform. So MetaMask, here's a quick case study. You know, you're a new user. The first time that you are getting into crypto, and you have to create your new wallet. Obviously, you're going to do wallet safety best practices. You're going to put your seed phrase into a physical location, and then you need to top up your wallet. So you'll click Buy ETH, and you'll be taken natively to the Transak interface. So here we see 5,000 sterling pound. The payment method is bank transfer. If I clicked C calculation, then you'd see an overview of Transak's operational fees, and then you would also see the network fee or the gas fee. You also see the conversion, the end cryptocurrency slippage, which is just the difference between execution and then payment finalization, and then average processing time, which is just an average of the last 30 days. And then from there, you can go to whatever application that you want to connect to. So Zed Run, if you don't know Zed Run, it's a cool game. Basically, you can buy, breed, and race digital horses. And in this case, you can see the interface is the Mexican peso. Yeah. So if you were to go to the website, you would connect your wallet. You would need to purchase Ethereum. And from there, you would go to OpenSea Marketplace to purchase your first horse. So what are some of the user goals and what are some of the partner goals that are working with Transak or might use Transak? Honestly, 90% of the applications in crypto right now are definitely money motivated, and there's nothing wrong with that. Kevin Owocki from Gitcoin says the gains bring you into crypto, and then the understanding of the technology is what keeps you here. The unique thing about our industry is we don't even know all of the use cases yet, but the long-term vision is that, how do we make it as easy as possible for people to get into crypto? Because right now there is so much friction in the entire process, from jumping between multiple applications, and how do we compete with Web2 applications? Like, how do we make a crypto YouTube? How do we make a crypto Spotify? How do we make Uber, Airbnb, anyone that can create a user-owned experience? So anything Web3 based, and Transak is the bridge to help make that more accessible. So we kind of touched on this, but I want to highlight the partner dashboard in particular. So if you are creating a dApp and you want to integrate Transak, the first thing you do is go to partner registration. You'll gain access to the partner dashboard, which will give you an entire overview of the transaction history for your users. You'll also have the ability to add a fee if you wanted to, on top of Transak's operational fee, which usually the average is about 1% if a partner chooses to do a fee, but it's a nice way to maintain your project while you're building. And you have full customization, so you can choose what fiat currencies the user has available, as well as what kind of cryptocurrencies you want to give your user access to purchase. And if you wanted to also, you could just make it like USD to the native token, which is pretty nice. Okay, so what's the vision? For us, the vision is to create a complete developer toolkit for onboarding people globally into crypto. And what I want to highlight is that we are hyper-fixated on the developer. You guys dictate our roadmap, so we're trying to make it as easy as possible. What tools actually matter? And we are a global provider, and so we're going to be consistently adding new countries. We know, I guess 2 notes here, we know that there's a lot of competition, and that's a great thing because it makes us more competitive. And ultimately, we know that what we're doing is onboarding people into a more fair financial system. And so the dream is for a single developer to build an entirely compliant, financial, decentralized application in only a few days. So, Metamask, Aave, Zed Run, and hopefully you. If you're looking to get integrated with Transak, here's the quick overview. Register as a partner. You'll get immediate access to the staging API key. You can play with the integration using the Quick Start developer integration documents. It does a really good job of overviewing the process. We have customer support available too if you need any help. And in order to gain access to the production API key, you'll need to fill out KYB, which is our internal due diligence, basically just saying, are you a registered entity? Is this entity associated with the marketing domain or the website that your platform's hosted on? And then from there, you can process transactions, or test it, and then process transactions. So that was pretty quick. This is not my contact information. You can do christian.flagg, Flagg, @transak.com. And thank you very much for listening to me. You guys have any questions? If not, it's lunchtime, so. Yep. Oh, yeah. So we have a $5,000 prize for anybody. It's a shared prize for anybody that integrates Transak into their application. And also, if you time it appropriately and you do a marketing campaign, we have a 0% fees for 30 days, which is a really great way to bring new users onto your platform.